Bonjour! In the past 18 months, I have shared a monthly video on Paris top tips featuring a typical Parisian restaurant frequented by locals, whether it's a bistro, a bouillon, or a brasserie. Today, this video will showcase reviews of 5 fantastic brasseries, each located in a different neighborhood of Paris. So join me and explore 5 quintessentially Parisian brasseries in 5 of the most fascinating neighborhoods of the City of Light. The first restaurant I'm taking you to might not be the best brasserie in Paris, but it's definitely my favorite. For over a century, Vaudeville has been delighting gourmet in the Opera neighborhood. In summer, it's really nice to sit at a table on this open terrace. This Art Deco style brasserie is in continuous service and welcomes you every day from breakfast to dinner. Which is great news for our American friends who are desperately looking for a restaurant that is already open at 6 p.m. At Vaudeville, you'll experience the quintessential Parisian brasserie atmosphere. Slightly noisy, of course, but so vibrant and lively. For a very interesting price, 24 or 30 euro, there is a 2 or 3 course menu available. À la carte, like any self-respecting brasserie, you'll find seafood and oysters. And of course, all the greatest classics of French cuisine. Onion soup, snails, foie gras. Calf's head, sauerkraut, beef tartare. There are some interesting fish dishes too. And on the weekly planner for daily specials, a different signature dish every day. Of course, no dinner would be complete without a good cheese or dessert, or perhaps both. As an appetizer, a delicious olive tapenade from Provence. Impossible to resist. In less than 3 minutes, everything was gone. As a starter, I had a marrow bone with its snail fricassé, while my wife feasted on an onion soup. Next, a classic for me, Vaudeville sauerkraut. Mussels with Chablis wine for her, and pine French scallops with creamy Parmesan risotto for our friend. And for dessert, my indulgence, an île flottante. The bill for 4 people, with starters, main courses and desserts, glasses of wine or beer, less than 200 euro. I admit it, I love brasseries, and Vaudeville really is my favorite brasserie. The next brasserie I recommend is Le Procope, one of the oldest, if not the oldest, restaurants in the city. It's located in the charming neighborhood of Saint-Germain. Last fall, I had such a great time at Le Procope, savoring an iced coffee amidst their charming decor, that I've decided to grab lunch at the restaurant the following week. I couldn't wait to explore their culinary offerings. Some of you viewers might already have heard about Le Procope. Here's why. Established in 1686, it holds the distinction of being the oldest literary café. Throughout its history, Le Procope has been a focal point for intellectuals, hosting the likes of Jean de La Fontaine, Benjamin Franklin, Victor Hugo and Oscar Wilde. So let's get in. I booked a table for two with a good friend of mine. This room with its bar is where I had my iced coffee last week. This time we'll have lunch on the first floor. The 18th century decor at Le Procope is truly captivating, a timeless touch that adds to the charm of the place. The à la carte menu offers a selection of very classical French dishes, allowing diners to savor the essence of traditional French cuisine, like these historical recipes. Despite being an iconic and touristy spot, Le Procope's prices align seamlessly with those of other Parisian restaurants, making it a welcoming choice for all. Despite these reasonable à la carte prices, Le Procope also presents a daily lunch and dinner menu that stands out for its affordability, offering exceptional quality for the price. As a starter, my friend took the eggs mayonnaise. He said they were very good. I had the raviole du Dauphiné with Parmigiano cream and chives. These ravioles are small ravioli made in the French Alps and containing Comté cheese and parsley. Next for my friend, paleron de bœuf, beef chuck, with pepper sauce and buttered mashed potatoes. And for me, risotto with mushroom cream and summer truffle. The plate was exquisitely scented with truffles, and in taste, a real marvel. This is called saucing your plate, and normally you shouldn't do it in restaurants. But when the truffle sauce is this good, I become a rebel and go all in with all my heart. Introducing Procope's special coffee, the Café des Philosophes. The hourglass is used to precisely measure a 4-minute infusion. And for me, it will be an excellent mint tea. In conclusion, we enjoyed an excellent lunch here at Le Procope. While the drinks, including beers, coffee and tea, may be a bit pricey, the food offers an excellent value for money. This bicorn hat belonged to Napoleon. The third brasserie in my list is Bofinger, one of the most renowned restaurants in the Marais neighborhood. Established in 1864, this celebrated Parisian institution traces its origins to Frédéric Bofinger, who inaugurated the brasserie that bears his name. At Bofinger, recognized as one of the most charming brasseries in Paris, the chef skillfully prepares the Alsatian specialties that have garnered the place its renowned status. warm ambience is enhanced by an extraordinary Art Nouveau setting, featuring a spacious dining room adorned with a magnificent and expansive dome adorned with floral motifs. Of course, as in many excellent establishments in Paris, you can request an English menu at this venue. However, you'll note that the set meal menu is not featured on the main menu, but is instead presented on a small sheet of paper alongside it. Before delving into the culinary experience, a touch of history. Were you aware that this restaurant holds the distinction of being the pioneer in serving draft beer in Paris? This unique aspect is what earned it the designation of a brasserie, originally associated with places where beers are crafted. True to the tradition of the most esteemed brasserie, you'll find an abundance of exceptional and fresh seafood offerings at Bofinger. But if, like me, you have a penchant for sauerkraut, don't hesitate. It's hailed as one of the best in Paris at this brasserie. The roasted scallops are also to die for. While the dessert selection may not be extensive, as you'll witness at the conclusion of this meal, the offerings are undeniably excellent. For my starter, I opted for a truly traditional Alsatian delight, a Flammekuche, a perfect choice to kickstart the meal. Meanwhile, my friend selected razor clams in a delightful parsley sauce. To complement our meal, we choose an exquisite Pinot Gris from Alsace. Behold, my serving of Bofinger sauerkraut. Yes, all of this is exclusively for me. What a culinary challenge! For my friend, a roll sea bream bake-off with Gewürztraminer and smoked pork belly. Indeed, that culinary endeavor was truly invigorating. After the starters, it turned out to be a bit overwhelming for her, so I ventured solo in the realm of desserts. I just couldn't resist indulging in Bofinger's floating island, adorned with pecan nuts and salted butter caramel. The grand total for our meal amounted to €117. While slightly on the higher end for a brasserie, the generous portions of high-quality, delectable fare at Bofinger justify the expense. If you find yourself in Le Marais and seek an authentically delectable French dining experience, don't hesitate. Give Bofinger a try. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to contribute to the growth of the channel and receive more content like this, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Your support will be greatly appreciated. Come with me at the heart of Paris to our next brasserie, au Pied de Cochon. Located just near Les Halles, not far from the Louvre Museum, au Pied de Cochon is a typical Parisian brasserie, with maybe a little more tourists than the others. By the way, au Pied de Cochon literally translates to at the pig trotter in English. And yes, here you can savor the delicacy of pig trotter. But rest assured, you can also relish a wide array of other delectable dishes at Au Pied de Cochon. Perhaps opting for slightly less adventurous options from the rich tapestry of French gastronomy. Au Pied de Cochon made history in 1947 as the pioneer establishment to introduce continuous and open night service, setting a precedent that would shape Parisian dining culture for years to come. Nestled in the heart of Paris, this iconic brasserie warmly welcomes patrons, into its convivial ambience, where they can delight in generous servings of traditional French cuisine. Operating seamlessly from 8 am to 5 am every day, Au Pied de Cochon ensures that its doors are always open to cater to its patrons' cravings, whether it's for a hearty breakfast, a late-night feast, or anything in between. Come on in and experience the magic of Au Pied de Cochon. With this typical decor, you are undoubtedly in a Parisian brasserie. You can indulge in a menu brimming with traditional French gastronomy. From the house's signature pig trotters to classics like cassoulet and onion soup, you'll find a treasure trove of flavors waiting to be savored. Of course, you'll find snails or foie gras, or maybe pork's head if you wish. Oysters and seafood platters are also a must, always served fresh. And when it comes to desserts, you'll find all the classics waiting for you. To kick off the meal, I'm treated to a delectable appetizer of pork rillettes from Le Mans, paired perfectly with semi-salted butter sourced from the Charente-Poitou region. For my starter, I opted for the irresistible pork croquette, accompanied with the velvety whole-grain mustard cream, a dish that might just steal the spotlight for my entire meal. Despite dining alone, I struck up a conversation with my table neighbor. Taking advantage of the moment, I filmed his chosen main dish, a delectable pig's trotter. As for me, I savored one of France's most renowned dishes, the cassoulet. It turned out to be an excellent choice, truly delicious. For dessert, I couldn't resist indulging in the Au Pied de Cochon vacherin, a delightful combination of meringue, raspberry sorbet, red fruit coulis, and luscious whipped cream. Before long, only the pig's head candy remained, and without hesitation, I relished every bite with sheer pleasure. How much did I pay? €55.50. It may seem a tad pricey, but considering the excellent dinner featuring high-quality cuisine and the sheer pleasure it brought, it's undoubtedly worth it. What more could one ask for? Let's discover our last brasserie for today, Le Café du Commerce. While it is not situated in the most touristy part of Paris, I'm excited to introduce you to this charming and delightful brasserie. Easily accessible via the metro, station Émile Zola on line 10 or Commerce on line 8, this hidden gem offers an authentic Parisian dining experience that's not to be missed. Established in 1921 as a bouillon for local workers, it has a rich history and has been a favorite spot for locals and visitors alike for decades. Naturally, our main draw to Le Café de Commerce is its excellent cuisine, boasting perfect renditions of French culinary classics. However, personally, what truly captivates me is its magnificent Belle Époque ambiance. The ground floor hosts a spacious dining area adorned with a mosaic of vibrant tiles, while the upper levels feature lush mezzanines spread across 2 levels beneath an expansive glass roof, which gracefully opens during pleasant weather, which was the case when I filmed this. It feels like being on an elegant 19th century ship, thrumming with the hum of voices and the clinking of glasses. Despite its spacious appearance, the brasserie accommodates only 250 patrons, making reservations advisable. This is especially true if, like me, you prefer a table on the second floor, offering a picturesque view of the patio. As I had requested when I made the reservation online, our table for lunch was perfectly positioned, just below the open glass roof, affording us a splendid view of the restaurant below. Le Café du Commerce provides a quintessential French dining experience with iconic dishes like egg mayonnaise, onion soup, and superb snails sourced from La Maison de l'Escargot as appetizers. While for mains, you can indulge in offerings like pig strudel, andouillette, or a diverse selection of steak cuts, all accompanied by impeccable French fries. At lunchtime, there's an interesting set menu available for less than €20, which includes a main course, a dessert, and a coffee. Even the children's menu is worth a visit, offering delightful options for young diners. The wine list is also extensive, and it's worth noting that, which is quite rare in a Parisian restaurant, there are 10 bottles of good quality available at €20, along with pleasant wines served by the carafe. And good craft beers too. And that's what we decided to go for. A pint of pale ale for my friend, and a bottle IPA for me. To kick off our meal, my friend Pierre-Yves selected a quintessentially French delicacy, marrow bone with Guernsey salt, served with toasted bread. While it may not appeal to everyone's palate, for those who enjoy it, it's served with a delectable sauce. As for myself, I opted for the pig's snout with vinaigrette, with an onion and parsley sauce. Here as well, the exceptional sauce truly sets it apart from what you might find from a caterer. For the main course, Pierre-Yves stays true to tradition, with veal loins accompanied by a classic old-fashioned mustard sauce, served alongside homemade mashed potatoes. And I opt for a Normandy rump steak, served with a Café de Commerce sauce and homemade fries. The meat was flavorful and the fries were delightfully crispy. Although convention suggests pairing such cuts of meat with red wine, The IPA beer proved to be the perfect complement to this meal. You might find it predictable, but the truth is, crème brûlée is a dessert I frequently find myself unable to resist whenever I dine out. And for my friend, what could be more classic than a moist rum baba served with Martinique Agricole rum? Considering the quality of our meal, I find the bill to be entirely reasonable. Honestly, I don't find myself at Café du Commerce very often. It's not typically situated in an area I usually visit. But undoubtedly, I'll return again. Not only because the food is timeless, plentiful, and unpretentious with prices that remain reasonable, but also because I'm in love with the ambience, with its splendid Art Deco decor, abundant greenery, and natural light. So, while it might require a short trip on the metro from where you're staying in Paris, if you're willing to spare a few minutes, Le Café du Commerce is definitely worth a visit. Whether you're a local looking for a taste of tradition, or a visitor eager to immerse yourself in Parisian culture, why not add in Le Café du Commerce to your list of must-visit spots in the City of Light? I hope I managed to make you want to try one of these 5 brasseries during your next visit to Paris. And if you prefer smaller, yet typically Parisian restaurants, then you absolutely have to check this out.